Alright, what's up everybody? Today is Wednesday, July 18th, and time for another pumpkin update. And let's see if I can keep it under 10 minutes, because every time I try to do a video, I keep on rambling like I am now. So, let's get down to it. Here is the Blaze pumpkin. You can see that there's a female or fruit actually growing already when the female blossom open right above it. The bees that are out here working, you know, they're doing their thing. Here's the fairy tale. Here's the other fairy tale over there, and then you can see the Rouge Vif de Temps. One of the things I've been trying to do is cut off all of the fruit that are trying to grow right now. At least on all the binding type pumpkins, and the reason for that is I found in the past that if you let the plant get bigger, and you know, it puts down more secondary roots, more secondary vines. It has a bigger root mass, and the bigger root mass the plant has, the more nutrients it can uptake, and therefore the more fruit it can support, and the larger the fruit it can get. So I found that if I keep doing that, I get bigger pumpkins. I didn't do that last year, and I didn't bury as many secondary vines, so I got smaller fruit and, you know, less of them than the year before. But this year it looks like I'm off to a really good start. Plants look really healthy. I just got done fertilizing everything except those 3 tomatoes over there with coffee grounds. I went to my local coffee bean and they gave me like 2 or 3 days worth of saved up coffee grounds, which is like 50 or 60 pounds. And so yeah, I went and put some on all of the pumpkins, the zucchinis, you know, that over there, these tomatoes over here, my peppers in the containers, and the tomato over there. And I also used some slow release organic tomato fertilizer for the phosphorus and potassium. So yeah, I mean, look, that the main vine for that one's coming out over here, and I got it buried all the way up to there. It's a good 12 feet. More secondary vines here. There's another secondary vine. The cargos, I don't know, they haven't been doing much. You know, I know that they're a bush type or semi-vine type, but I was kind of hoping that they would grow out a little bit more. That way I can just put some soil and let more roots grow around the main stem. It looks like they want to. They keep it. I see white, you know, I see roots coming out from the root nodes, but it's just too high up. So we'll see if we can get there. This is the Lakota squash. You know, it's had a lot of growth as well. You can see there's a vine going up the wall there, training. This guy right here, I found him over there when I was cleaning up the tertiary vines on the Rouge, and he was big already, and so I decided to save it just to see what kind of, you know, pumpkin it is. So I'm just gonna let it, it's not gonna get huge or anything. I'm just gonna let it put out one or two fruits, and you know, as soon as it sets, so just to see what it was. And yeah, we'll go from there. You see my peppers, you know, they're doing really well. There's a pepper there. There's some right here. You know, that heat wave that we had a week ago, or, you know, a week and a half ago, was brutal. I mean, we had, you know, went from 69, 70 degrees to like 100 degrees overnight. And while everything else was dying, the peppers were out here, you know, just as they are now. They're, you know, taking it like a champ. Everything else was you know, throwing in the white towel. This is the pink bumblebee tomato. Man, these things are so good. You know, had I known they were going to be this good, I would not have given away the second plant that I had. They're that good. I've already had a few. Can't wait to get these bad boys and eat them in my salad. This guy is done. This is the blueberries and cream. I know why they call it blueberries and cream. It's because the tomatoes are the size of blueberries. It's as big as they get. And, you know, the taste I wouldn't describe as creamy, but, you know, sweet, and then a, you know, pretty bitter aftertaste. So I'm not a fan, and as you can see, it's wilting and dying. That's because I stopped watering it. I'm just gonna let it go. I'm not gonna bother with it anymore. Let's come over here. 5 minutes left. This is what I thought was my sun gold, but I found out sun gold is a hybrid. So if I grow the sun gold and save the seeds and try to grow a plant from that seed, you're not gonna get the same plant. You're gonna get one of the parents, and apparently that's what happened. But I'm not complaining, because look at this. There is tomatoes galore. And this thing is just absolutely loaded. I mean, look like grapes on the vine. Look at all these things. I gotta start harvesting them before they start cracking. Look at this. So yeah, awesome. This is a Cherokee Purple. There's a few fruit that are almost ready. Hoping the rats don't get to them before they fully ripen. I've found numerous amount of hornworms. The actual worms, not just eggs. So I've had to spray Captain Jack's Dead Bug Brew, and that seems to have taken care of them, as well as the neem oil. This is the big rainbow. Not a lot of growth. I've had to chop the top off because it was just growing and it was just dropping off all the flowers. So you know, we'll see what I get out of that. Come over here. Zucchinis over there. Oh yeah, I just cut this bad boy just a few minutes ago, and I've had probably 2 dozen zucchinis like this, and maybe 3, you know, yeah, same 2 dozen yellow squash, you know, half that size. You can see my green zebra. That's a really good tomato. I'm really happy with it. I've harvested a few. It's got a nice sweet and tart balance, sweet and sour. Let's come over here. German green. See these tomatoes? Doing good. It's starting to put out a lot more fruit now that the temperatures have stabilized. Cherokee Purple. It's got some fruit there. The red beefsteak starting to get hit with blight really bad. During that heat wave, any flower cluster like this that was exposed to the direct sun just got fried. I mean, I lost all the clusters that were above here. So anything that was below the leaves got saved. Anything above I lost, but you know, plants are still looking healthy. Look at this, you know. I took some of the worms from my worm bin over there, and I put them, you know, throughout all the raised beds. And every time I go to move the mulch to put something, you know, rotten vegetables or more coffee grounds, I see the worms, so I know that they're doing good. What am I forgetting? Prickly pears and the cactus. Yeah, you know, same story as the year before and the year before that. It just takes forever. Let's see here. So yeah, I mean, that's the pumpkin, guys. Pumpkin. That's the status. Oh, one last thing. So here's I planted a secondary yellow squash here. What's up, lizard? And this is the rescue tomato that I found growing behind the cactus while I had all the mint growing. I put it over here, and looks like it's growing well. I mean, I think this might be another red beefsteak. It looks a lot like the plant. So we'll see. But that's pumpkin update and garden update, guys. Thanks for watching, and questions or comments, please let me know. Thanks. Bye.